Morning guys, welcome to Princess Ninja and Keto. My name is Melanie. Welcome to the sunshiny state of Florida. Today's going to be a different type of vlog. I'm going to be working through some anxiety with you. I'm going to be working through some things that I have going on in my life and how I'm going to approach it. I'm going to be talking to you about a possible pitfall for myself, recognizing that pitfall and the steps that I'm going to take to ensure my success. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a worst case scenario and have you help me out with some, what would you do? Kind of like, what would you do if you were in this situation and this happened to you kind of thing. So I'm going to be looking for some advice, for some encouragement, for some positive feedback. Oh, Toby's got a sand spur. Hold on, guys. Toby's got a sand spur. So I literally had to come out for a walk because I found myself wanting to snack. I found myself wanting to pick at food, not because I'm hungry, because to be honest with you, I'm going to insert a picture of my breakfast here. I had a massive breakfast and then I ate another half of a chaffle while I was doing my lunchtime meal prep. So this is what I did for breakfast. All right, guys, this is my breakfast. I had 2 of those chaffles this morning. I made them with Chinese 5-spice and cinnamon, making it more like a rice pudding or bread pudding without the bad stuff. 5 pieces of bacon and 2 pieces of sausage for a total of 6 carbohydrates. All right, so it was important for me to come out for a walk because I'm feeling massive anxiety today. And I have really done some soul searching. And I have figured out at least 3 sources, okay? The first source is I thought I was going to start this yoga thing and it was going to be super easy and I was going to master it. I was going to master it. I visualized in my brain what I was going to look like doing these yoga moves, and I started with the simplest one I could find. And I struggled. I struggled yesterday. And then this morning I woke up and I'm like, I committed. I need to do this again. I need to try it again. And I felt just as awkward, just as clumsy, just as sore today as I did yesterday. And I felt like I can't do this. I can't. I started hearing myself tell myself that. So I immediately put a stop to that. And I'm like, okay. It's not that you can't do it. It's just you're not very good at it right now, but you will get better, right? So I was able to turn that thinking around. Maybe instead of doing the same video later on this week, I try to find another beginning video and see if I can find one that there's a bigger comfort level with. Because this lady says that these are beginning moves, but I feel like they're super complicated. If you want to see what moves I'm doing, what video I'm doing, this lady does not even know I'm alive or exist. So I don't get any kickbacks. I'm not shoving you to her channel. But if you want to check out the video that I'm talking about, if you go to my YouTube homepage and you go to my community tab, I posted the yoga video that I'm doing in there. If you guys know of a simpler beginning yoga, I don't need a long routine. I'm not looking to try to use it as physical fitness right now. I'm trying to develop a habit. So if I can find a 5 to 10 minute yoga stretch routine, I don't care if it's only 3 poses. If I can find a 5 to 10 minute stretch yoga video, I need to do it every single day so that it becomes a habit, right? And then I start trying to get better and faster and stronger, like the bionic man. I'm telling my age now. See how high that hill? Another hill. Don't let people tell you that Florida is flat. It's not. That hill from the very bottom all the way down there at the stop sign to the very top back there, that's about 1/4 mile. And 6 flights of stairs by the time you get to the top. So it is quite an incline. But today I'm not walking for exercise. I'm walking off anxiety. So there's that. Okay, let's get to the second source of anxiety. I've been off work for 2 weeks. And you know, and I know, I've gotten a lot done. But there's something inside myself that says, oh, you should have done this. Oh, you could have gotten this done and you didn't. Oh man, you know what you could have done? You know what I'm saying? It's like my brain does not want to acknowledge, Melanie, you had 2 major dental appointments and for 4 days you felt like crap. You couldn't eat anything. You had a mouthful of stitches. You were bleeding. You felt sick to your stomach. You were on high-powered medication, which made you feel even worse. You had a headache from all of the shots. Your mouth was sore. You know, so the first 3 days, 4 days of your vacation, you couldn't do anything at all. You couldn't lift anything. You couldn't bend over. You had a mouthful of stitches, right? I decorated a fabulous Christmas wall. I got all of my Christmas gifts wrapped and ready to go. And then I did some meal preps. I did some videos. I read a book. I read 7 chapters of a book that I committed to read. I did my YouTube studio. I edged around my swimming pool. You know, not to mention the fact that 3 or 4 days during my vacation, I did a deep, deep clean, which means I did the floors and steamed the floors and did the baseboards and wiped down walls and door jambs and dusted ceiling fans. I went through an entire Tupperware cabinet in my kitchen and rearranged. So it's like I've got this list of things that I got done, and I can't just be proud of those things, right? It's like, oh, I should have done this. I didn't do enough. Oh man, it's going to be a couple weeks before I have time off. What am I going to get done? And it's like, why does that drive me? Why do I have to fill every single minute of every day with a task? I know that's called functional anxiety, right? But honestly, guys, I think if after this year, if through prayer, if through yoga, if through strengthening my relationship with God, I think that if I can't get this anxiety under control, I really think that I may seek professional help. Because I know that the anxiety is the driver of a lot of the destructive behaviors that cause me to be emotionally spent, fatigued, tired, irritated, feel like a failure. I'm so hard on myself. And then the third source of anxiety is I've been off work for 14 days now, and I go back to work tomorrow. And one of 3 things is going to happen. I'm going to go back to work tomorrow, and I am going to be so flipping overwhelmed that there will be no lunches, no breaks, no breathing, no bathroom. It'll be go, just to try to get caught up. And honestly, there have been times where I've taken time off that the day that I sit in my dang desk, I'm so overwhelmed that I'm sorry I took time off. That is why I've had great attendance for 20-something years, because taking off work sometimes when you come back, it wasn't worth the small mental break that you got from your work. You come back and it's 50,000 times worse, you know, and it's so stressful trying to get, it's like all of the relaxing that you did and all of the calming that you did to put yourself in a good mental place is gone the minute you walk in the door. It's like, oh, we got to do this. We got to do this. You've got 3 days to get it done, you know, and it's just like, But because I'm creeping up on retirement, I'm trying to turn that emotional thinking around and say, you know what? This is what retirement's going to look like. I will, you know what? I got to stick there with it for 4 more years. Actually, 3 years and 350 something days. So I am really, really getting close to the retirement thing. And I think the closer I get to retirement, the more irritating it's going to be to go back to work. But don't get me wrong, I'm grateful to have a job, but I've been there 21 years. I'm in my 22nd year of service. And so, yeah, It's easy for me to take things for granted and maybe not feel as fortunate as someone, because the way the world has been, the economy has been, I am fortunate that I'm an essential employee and I haven't lost work through all of this. So I am blessed and I need to stay blessed, but I'm still feeling that anxiety about going back tomorrow. Like, it's been an amazing 2 weeks off. It's been amazing. I've gotten a lot done. I have a lot more that needs to be done, but it's okay. It's okay. I got to hang in there for a little shy of 4 years. And I'll have all the time in the world to take on these million projects in my brain, right? So those are the 3 major sources of anxiety. But the third is not stepping on the scale. So I have not been weighing myself. And this morning, I almost did, guys. I almost weighed myself. I'm like, but what if I'm not losing weight? What if I'm gaining weight? What if I'm not doing this right? And I just stood there in front of the scale and literally had this internal battle going on. And I think my biggest fear, and I'm going to share this big fear with you. My biggest fear is February 1st, I step on the scale after showing you all of this enthusiasm, after showing you all of this excitement, after preaching the Dr. Westman way of life, after showing you all of the magnificent meals and how easy this can be incorporated in meal preps, and we're going to do 30 videos. I've got a playlist. I've got all of these things. I'm reading the book, following it to the letter. What happens if February 1st I step on the scale and I've gained? I don't know why that's a thing in my head, but it's a thing in my head. So, anxiety. I'm an anxious eater. And I don't eat a lot, but I pick. Before I started keto, this would have been a day where I would have popped 2 bags of popcorn. Before I started keto, this would have been a day where I would have eaten easily an entire bag of chips. And not in one sitting, but all throughout the day. Or this would have been a day where I would have made 80 trips to the pantry. Each time grabbing a 100-calorie snack and only eating, but I would have done that like every 15 to 20 minutes all day. And then at the end of the day, I would have felt even worse about myself for eating. Sorry, I'm huffing and puffing. This is like my 3rd trip up this hill. I'll show you my steps at the end of the day. But anyway, so just being able to talk to you guys, just being able to say this out loud, just being able to share this with you. Some of you right now are probably listening to this thinking, oh my gosh, she's crazy. Some of you may watch this and relate to how I'm feeling. Some of you may be able to offer amazing advice in the comments. Some of you may just say, Melanie, I'm praying for you, and Lord knows I need prayer. I need God right now. Because I got to lean on Him, not my own understanding, right? But that's what sharing this journey is about. There is as much emotional crap that goes along with this weight loss journey. And I don't care if you're doing Weight Watchers. I don't care if you're doing low carb. I don't care if you're doing vegetarian, Mediterranean, vegan. You're doing carb cycling. You're doing fasting. I don't care what it is you're doing. This is as much about learning to love yourself, or it should be. Learning to recognize the things that make you eat, make you want to self-destruct. I'm just trying to be my best friend. And right now, like, if I'm looking in this camera and I'm listening to what's coming out of my mouth, I'm thinking, oh, she's batshit crazy. I don't know if I want to be her friend. Honestly. I'm sorry about the cuss word, guys. But I don't know how much more honest I can be with you. Upfront, truthful, real. You gotta admit, though, that was kind of funny. Yeah. You know, so I need positive affirmation today, is what I need to do. And, you know, the sermon at church this morning was about believing in yourself and fulfilling God's purpose in your life. So I needed to hear that. And that's why instead of walking to the pantry today, guys, I'm walking outside talking to you. And even if you fast forward this video, even if this video disappears into the YouTube oblivion, I gotta speak my truth. I gotta put it out there, and then, you know, you get to watch me fix it. But don't think for a minute that I'm doing it alone. Through Him, all things are possible. Amen. Amen. I'll see you at the next segment. All right, guys, I did 3 days of lunch meal prep. There's a little bit more to this, but I'll show you when I show you my lunch during my daily vlog. I go back to work tomorrow. What I have here is a half of a chaffle. I have 4 slices of bacon, 1 piece of sausage, 2 eggs, and some of my homemade honey mustard dressing. I think I'm going to bring a little bit of oven roasted chicken just in case, but this would be my first of 2 meals. Guys, this is my dinner tonight. I have 2 1/4 ounce patties, so that's 6 ounces of grass-fed beef. I have just a few pickled jalapenos and a few pickles. This is 1 measured cup of lettuce, 2 very thin slices of tomato, and I made some of my favorite honey mustard dressing, 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise, 1 teaspoon of mustard, a couple of drops of monk fruit sweetener, and a splash of vinegar. Makes the best honey mustard. All right, guys, that's my dinner tonight. Here's a look at my activity today, and let's wrap up this video. All right, guys, I would have to say that considering the emotional state of things today, I've had a successful day. The only thing that I didn't do correctly was I had a iced coffee at 2 o'clock today. And part of that was because I ate my breakfast around 9:30, 9:45, and then I didn't eat lunch. And I've gotten so used to eating 3 meals a day that at 2 o'clock I started getting hungry, and I'm like, oh crap, I don't want to eat at 2 o'clock because I'm going to be cooking dinner at 5, you know. And then I'm like, well, let me hold off just 1 more hour. And anyway, I started not feeling very good. So I went, I checked my blood sugar. My blood sugar was 71. And you guys know that my blood sugar has a tendency in the afternoon to drop. So I was like, I really don't want to eat because I'm going to be making dinner in like 2 hours. So I just made myself a fluffy coffee. I brewed 12 ounces of coffee. I put some ice in it, a couple drops of monk fruit sweetener, and a splash of Key2 super creamer. And so I'm over my creamer for today. So on phase 1, creamer is one of those things that's limited. So I tried to limit my dairy today, but I did have cheese on my hamburger today, and I had cream cheese in my chaffles this morning. But I don't think I exceeded my 2 ounces, so I think I'm going to be okay. You're allowed 4 ounces a day. I personally can't eat that much because dairy will stall me. Too much dairy will stall me. 1 to 2 ounces seems to be my body's tolerance, you know. But I can't tell you whether I'm losing weight or not because I haven't been on the scale. I'm hoping in a few days that this becomes my new normal. I mean, come on. It felt weird when I stopped logging. It felt weird. I felt out of place, but I couldn't believe how much time I spent consumed in logging my food. And so I'm thinking, well, you know what? This first couple of days of not weighing in might feel difficult, but pretty soon it'll just become part of my day. Same thing with the yoga thing. I'm not looking to be a professional yogi, right, within the next week. All I'm trying to do is create a new habit, develop a new habit. and give it a try. See if I like it. But you can't do an exercise just one time and determine, oh, this is not for me, right? You can't just do that. So, or I can't. My personality won't let me. So I'm going to keep at it. And, you know, maybe we do a once a week yoga update. Like, how am I doing on the yoga? Since it's really not impacting me from a weight loss standpoint, I'm not burning a lot of calories. It's more for self-control, meditation, and strengthening and stretching. It's more healthful than it is like trying to burn calories. So maybe we'll just have a once a week yoga update. And then, you know what? You never know. When I get better, maybe I'll start showing you some of my fancy yogi moves. Maybe. Oh. Anyway, it's feeling a little chilly out here. I think we're supposed to get down in the 40s tonight, and that's all right with me. All right, guys, so my hubby had to walk past me with the dogs, didn't want to be in the video. So this week, I'm going to start the 3 times a week going to Planet Fitness, doing their 30-minute workout. That'll be my cardio activity. I'm going to continue pursuing the yoga videos. Maybe it's not in the morning stretch. Maybe I look for other videos, something I can do maybe 15, 20 minutes before I go to bed. Put this phone up and stop looking at the screen. That might help me sleep deeper, right? This is all pursuit of health. But also, I need to spend more time with this and with this than I do on this, because that is going to be mind, body, and spirit all together. I'm taking care of my nutrition. I'm taking care of my physical activity. Now I need to work on my spirit, which is only going to be done through my Father. Anyway, I love you guys very much. I will see you tomorrow with another daily vlog. We're going to be back to the work week. Back to the work week. Bump and grind, baby. Bump and grind. See you tomorrow with another daily vlog. Good night. Sleep tight and don't let the bed bugs bite.